brand spanking new Lexus SUV. How is that possible? Integrate into the same neighborhood that I worked my entire life to get into. I don't understand it. Here's this guy right here in his brand new Lexus.
There he is,
there
right
he
there.
Is, right there.
That guy right there.
That's a look at that vehicle.
Yeah, that's an immigrant.
That's an immigrant with a $100,000 Lexus.
Yeah.
Hey GX community, this is GX Bob coming to you guys to do an info session on the infamous black screen of death. This is going to be a precursor to a video that's going to eventually come out in a month or two on a real DIY to fix the issue. Today we're going to talk about the black screen of death, which is your top infotainment center. This screen right here randomly just turns black, blank, goes in and out, starts to have glitches, starts randomly rebooting itself, and sometimes it freezes. It happens once in a blue moon when you first purchased your vehicle, but now you notice it's starting to happen more frequently. So what is going on? In order to find out what's going on, we have to find out when all of this started occurring. If you do your research, you're going to realize the 2014 year of Lexus GX460s is when all of these issues start compiling. Now, if you take a look at the bottom portion of your infotainment center, which we'll call the bottom radio, you're going to see a difference in the 2010 to 2013 unit and the 2014 to 2021 unit. One major difference is the 2014 and up has an independent and external SD slot. And that is the problem. If you were to do some electrical work on your 2014 and up, the first thing you're going to do is disconnect your battery. But Lexus tells you the proper sequence after disconnecting your battery is to wait 10 minutes so all your electrical systems in your vehicle powers down appropriately. And if you don't, you end up corrupting your SD card and you end up popping a couple of contacts on your logic board because of the abrupt power surge. But with the 2010 to 2013, you're not going to find an external independent SD slot. That's because the 2010 and 2013 bottom unit has an internal hard drive, and the only way to update any firmware or load anything into there is through the dealership by use of a laptop. Now let's go ahead and take a look back at these bottom units again, but let's look behind the units and find out the difference. The 2010 to 2013 radio has nothing, while the 2014 and up has every single critical component connected within its framework down here. One of those critical components is the logic board or the motherboard. Remember when I said you probably popped a couple of contacts off of your logic board due to a power surge? Now that we know what have caused it, how come Lexus hasn't fixed it? Well guys, they did fix it. If you go out and buy an aftermarket radio, you're going to notice any aftermarket radio is going to be between 2014 to 2021. Why not 2022? Why not 2023? When the damn radio looks exactly the same. That's because in the 2022 and the 2023, they redid the internals. They redid the wire mapping. They redid the logic board so the failure doesn't happen again. They're not going to tell you they fixed it. They're going to disguise it as they did a system revamp to make the touchscreen faster. They're adding CarPlay, or they made the processor quicker. They made the user experience better. But between you and me, they fixed the issue. So now let's go ahead and talk about the fix. We have several choices to fix the issue. The first choice, not a very favorite of mine or anybody else's, is replace the top and the bottom unit with a Tesla screen. And the reason why we're not going to go there is because that system is outdated. Nobody is updating that system. All the internals and the computers are old, and they are all sitting on shelves collecting spider webs. So we're not going to go that route. Second choice, you can pay $800 plus shipping there, shipping back, to have a third party repair it for you. Third choice, you can buy a logic board. They're actually for sale, used, for $600. You could buy it and replace it yourself. It's not that hard to do. But I guarantee you the problem will come back because the logic board was not redesigned. It's the same logic board that is susceptible to the old problems in the 2014 to 2021 GX460s. You know what Murphy's Law says? That logic board will fail on you a day after your warranty expires. So now let's look at the last choice, which is a favorite of mine, which is a personal favorite of mine. But in order for us to talk about the last fix, you have to understand some basics first. The first basic is the top unit cannot work unless the bottom unit works. The bottom unit is the bottleneck. Second basic, the bottom unit, as you can see from behind the radio, carries the power, carries the ground, carries the accessory, carries the remote wire, carries the auxiliary wire, carries the amplifier output, carries the logic board. The third basic, which will make you think, if the top unit can get power, can get ground, can get accessory wires, can get ignition wires, can get auxiliary wires, can get amplifier output wires without the bottom unit, then this can work independently. And this will no longer be a bottleneck. So this is where I come in. I've been working with an electronics company to produce that bypass so you wouldn't have to replace, you wouldn't have to repair the bottom unit for $800 plus shipping. You wouldn't have to do the replacement of a $600 logic board yourself. You wouldn't have to buy a OEM unit for $1,600 from eBay anymore. The secret is to find a bypass so you wouldn't have to use the bottom unit. The special part about this is the bypass will most likely cost under $200. I'm going to try to push for $180, but then again, research and development costs a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of convincing to have a company take care of the GX community. Remember, we are a niche. It only works for our infotainment center. It only works for the 2014 to 2021. So whatever company that's going to make this is only going to sell this for this radio, for our car, for this year to this year. Meaning their profits are going to be very minimal. So that has to be considered when putting a price tag on a product that they're going to be releasing. But I know you guys won't complain because it's sure a lot better than paying $800 for the same fix. The bypass is going to be plug and play, I promise you. I will release a video on how to install it and how to test it. But right now, we are testing for stability and to ensure that it doesn't affect any other systems within our Lexus. So give me about a month or two until I get a warm and fuzzy, and then I'll release that video for you guys. Peace, guys.
Here are 5 cars that hold their value so well, and the 5th one is straight up an investment. Number 1, Toyota 4Runner. This thing refuses to depreciate. You buy it for $32,000. 5 years later, it's somehow worth $31,999. Bulletproof V6. Simple, old school, no drama. You don't buy a 4Runner, you adopt a financial bodyguard. Number 2, Honda Civic. 2016 to 2021. It holds value like it's allergic to losing money. Even with 180,000 miles, people still ask top dollar. Reliable, cheap to run, cult fan base. You sell a Civic after 5 years and somehow make profit. It's basically a legal scam. Number 3, Toyota Tacoma, the truck with the resale value of a Rolex. Tacos don't lose value. They gain confidence. Unkillable engine plus truck hype plus Toyota tax. You can drive it for 10 years and still list it for $25,000 like nothing happened. Number 4, Lexus GX460, a luxury tank that resists depreciation like it's fighting demons. These things barely drop even after 150,000 miles. V8 plus Aisin transmission plus Land Cruiser DNA. You buy a GX and your bank account actually says thank you for once. Number 5, Porsche 911 997, the champion of holding value. This isn't a car, it's a financial asset. You buy one, drive it, and somehow it goes up in value. Iconic design, low production, cult following, timeless. Buy a 911 and you accidentally become an investor. It's the only car where driving it feels like earning interest. Some cars lose value faster than your motivation. These ones, they lock your money in a vault.